I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-magab, it's time for the only news that matters. The only news on the internet out there that shows you what a liar, what a piece of crap Sammy Hagar is. I'm the only one to do it online, damn it. And here it is. Sammy Hagar this time really showing what a liar he is to everybody. Now let's see who's going to challenge Sammy Hagar on this one. Who's going to tell him? Because Sammy Hagar has stated that David Lee Roth is not invited to take part in the entire Best of All Worlds tour. But Hagar initially extended an invitation to Roth, but has now clarified that Roth will not be allowed to sing a song or two, rather than join the entire tour. You know, despite the long-standing feud with Roth, he expressed his willingness to perform with Hagar, has accepted the invitation Sammy gave him, and stated that he's ready to go. However, Hagar's camp has not formally reached out to Roth. The tour, which focuses on the music of Van Halen, is set to commence in July 2024 and will feature deep cuts from the Van Halen catalog. Yeah, Sammy says, it's time. Nobody else is going to do it. Well, Dave said he'd join you. But you see, here's the thing. Sammy invited David Lee Roth to join the tour when he was on Howard Stern because it's just Sammy's way to make David Lee Roth look bad. I mean, none of us saw this coming. None of us thought Roth would accept it. You know, me and Sammy agreed there. He had no clue that Dave would accept it. Neither did I. I was shocked when Dave accepted it. But man, right after he accepted it, Sammy comes out and says, no, he's not invited. No, he was invited, you liar, by you. And now that he accepted it, you're like Axl Rose. Axl Rose was like, anywhere, anytime, Vince, let's do this. And then Vince is like, all right, let's do it. And then Axl Rose didn't do it. Sammy Hagar is a wuss. He's a lying piece of crap. And this is awesome. Maybe now some people out there will wake the hell up. And all you people with YouTube channels, come on. What the hell? This guy's been lying for decades. And now he's got caught. I mean, this is something that he got caught doing on Howard Stern, invited David Lee Roth. And I was like, there's Sammy trying to make Dave look bad again. It's like, hey, Dave, come do it. So then he thought Dave wasn't going to do it, so he can make Dave look bad. See, I invited him. And he didn't accept. Well, now he accepted and you declined. And I already saw the Sammy Tards online defending this. Actually, the audacity offended, but how they offended is this way. They talk about something that's not about this. They get off the subject. And this is what I seen them say. Well, Dave can't sing anymore. Dave sucks. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to see Dave anymore. But that's not the point of this. Sammy invited Dave. But yet, you're going to bring up Dave's voice and not even address Sammy Hagar inviting Dave. And also, here's another thing, how Sammy acts so respectful to the legacy of Van Halen, that here you got David Lee Roth accepting, but the thing is, if you get David Lee Roth on this tour, all the focus is gonna be on Dave, not Sammy. Sammy's always out there. Dave rarely plays now. And yes, Dave, I'm sure, will be horrible, but that's besides the point. The point is, there's people out there, not me, but there's people out there that do not care how bad David Lee Roth sings. They want Dave up there on stage doing Atomic Punk, you know, instead of Sammy being on stage doing When It's Love. And people that, and I wouldn't go, but people that will go because Dave is there, you know Sammy's Sammy will not be able to handle that. Well, his ego is too frail because he's constantly lying how huge and popular he was before Van Halen. He sold out the same arenas. He sold as many records. And why is it that after you left Van Halen, you sold no records? You won't bring that up, right? Or maybe he has, I don't know. In an interview, he probably brought up how, you know, the Cabo, what was that name of that song? Las Mas Tequila sold 1 million copies. I wouldn't be surprised if he said that, you know, on some interview. Because he's so full of shit. And here it is. This is so awesome that I will continue to bring this up. You invited Dave. Dave accepted. Your ego did not want Dave on that stage with you. You're a liar. You always bring up, oh, I want Dave up there with me. I want Dave up there with me. Well, now Dave finally did it. After years of saying how he wanted Dave on stage with him. In every interview, he kept saying that about Dave. Well, when we were on tour together, I kept inviting him. He never came. I wanted Dave to be up there with me. Well, here's your chance, Sammy. Oh, that's right. You really don't want Dave up there with you. You're full of crap. I hope people wake up to this, really. I mean, all you people out there that are like, oh yeah, I'm going to go see Sammy because at least he's going to celebrate the music of Van Halen. I'm going to go see Sammy. They'll play some, you know, rare cuts back then and, you know, I'll get to hear like, you know, On Fire and stuff. People will think. But now that Dave was going to be there and Sammy said, nope, I take it back. I wonder if those people will go still. You got to be a special kind of stupid if you go see this show. Wanting the old Van Halen and thinking this is a respectful tour for Van Halen. No. This is not respect at all. It's just Sammy's way of milking Eddie Van Halen's legacy and just Van Halen's legacy that he's been doing since they kicked him out of the band. And now he's going out there pretending that he respects the Van Halen legacy, the Van Halen fan base. And he doesn't want Dave up there because it's not about Van Halen. It's all about Sammy Hagar. It has been his whole career. All you Sammy Hagar fans that watch my stuff and enjoy me bashing Sammy Hagar, which I've seen hundreds of comments like, I love Sammy, but I love to hear you bash Sammy. You're all right. But it's you Hagar twats out there that try to defend this piece of shit. You, and I can tell you right now, the amount of people I blocked that are Hagar tards on this channel, you can read it like it's, you know, like a novel. It's like fucking War and Peace, the amount of people I blocked that are Hagar twats here. That every time, not only do they bash me, like they say rude things, why would I want you on my channel if you're here to call me rude things? And then on top of that, give me that Hagar tard philosophy that makes absolutely no sense. Because there's just no way. There's no way you could defend Sammy Hagar. There's just no way. So the way they defend him is like they get off the subject, they talk about other stuff, and they honestly believe everything Sammy says. They really are twats. You know, I can't tell you the amount of times I've seen people say, Sammy Hagar sold more in Van Halen. Hell, there was even a documentary on Van Halen on TV. It was that Real show. That show said Sammy Hagar sold more than Roth. They didn't even do their homework because they go by what Sammy Hagar says. And also by the fact that, oh, all Sammy Hagar albums went to #1. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they sold more than Roth because, hey, I've said this a million times. The first Van Halen album and 1984 combined. Just those two albums sold more than the old Van Hagar discography. Then they had the other albums in the six-pack that sold millions, you know? And it doesn't matter to me about sales, but yeah, I have to bring it up for the tards that say, well, their albums went #1 and Roth didn't. Who gives a crap? It's kind of like the tortoise and the hare. Oh, the hare went to #1, but the tortoise won. God, I hope somebody now will tell Sammy, you did not sell more than the Roth years. The next time Sammy brings that up in an interview, saying we were more successful. He even came out and said, Roth won't admit I was more successful. He doesn't have to because he knows you weren't. And no, I am not biased about this situation because I will say it right now about David Lee Roth. I think that guy has lost his mind the past decade or so. I mean, he used to be so funny in interviews, and now it's like, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. And I can tell you, the same thing about his book. Reading his book was very complicated. The guy's got a whacked out mind, and now is solid proof that David Lee Roth is insane for actually wanting to be part of this piece of crap tour. I mean, come on, really? He wanted to do this? You know, and you know if he would have done it, if Sammy would have allowed him, then Dave would pull a bunch of shit like, no, I got to do this, I got to do that, and make Sammy's life hell. Live in hell. So then Sammy could have more material to bash Dave in the future. I love David Lee Roth, the greatest frontman ever, but I admit he's past his due date. He can't sing anymore, and I'm not into, you know, the creepy Uncle Dave of today. But still, I live on that 80s Dave, and nobody, I mean nobody, came close to David Lee Roth when I saw him in 80, 81, 82, and 84. And the Eat 'em and Smile tour. Skyscraper, I started to see the cracks. But everything from Eat 'em and Smile to Women and Children First were the tours I saw. And can you imagine Van Halen 1 and Van Halen 2 tours? Nobody held that audience in the palm of his hand like Diamond David Lee Roth back then. He can't do it no more. Yes, I seen Dave with Van Halen on the last tours. It wasn't old Dave, but Eddie, I thought, never played better. I thought he played his best on those last tours I saw with him, and I saw all those 80s tours. So there you go. All right, well, that's it. Sammy Hagar sucks, and you are watching The Only News That Matters, and I thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Respectfully, or I'll make you disappear. You hear? And also, like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. Sammy Hagar sucks. And smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.